Hi, this is an articleforge review video, and in this video I'm going to show you all the different features of articleforge, what I like about it, what I don't like about it, what's good, what's bad. I'm going to show you the pricing. I'm going to dig down in it so that you can make a good informed buying decision. I'm going to compare it a little bit to some of the other AI writers out there that I have played with and tell you which one I like the most. So first, let's look at the pricing. So this is actually pretty inexpensive compared to other AI writers, especially when you consider the yearly. 27 per month. That's $324 per year, which is pretty inexpensive considering some of the other ones are over $100 a month. It's nice to be less expensive, although to me, my choice for which one I like the most has more to do with whether or not it fits the features, because all of them are going to be less expensive than a writer. Not necessarily that they can replace a writer. I'm not sure that really should be your objective in all cases, but in some cases it kind of can. So for me, I do a lot of SEO, and that's the context of my purposes for this. Some of the other AI writers are probably better in different circumstances that have nothing to do with SEO. I think that there's a lot of SEO out there that I do that doesn't need super high quality content. It does need to pass Copyscape, and it does need to have Grammarly, and it needs to be as quick and efficient as possible to write a lot of just kind of mediocre content. And for me, that was kind of what drew me to articleforge. It seems to be tailored to those SEO purposes. So that's the context of the situation, which helps make a good decision. If you're not using this for SEO, then this video might not be the perfect fit for you. I'll still show you all the features, but the context of my recommendation will probably be a little bit different than for other AI writers. So first, let's see what the new article. This is the primary screen that I use. Let's see what a new article process looks like. So basically, we put in a keyword and it'll make some suggestions. Let's actually just take their suggestions: mobile app development, and I guess I don't have sub keywords for mobile app development. let's do something different. Let's do something that I do know about. Let's do plumbing company. All right, so let's do plumber. Let's say kitchen plumbing. Let's say leak detection. So you can do up to 5. If you do more than 5, it's just going to pick 5 at random. Let's do toilet repair and maybe drain cleaning. Okay, so these are going to be the sub keywords it's going to use here. I'll show the bulk generator in a minute. Now, these are the options you have. It's pretty limited in the amount of options, but at the same time, unlike all the other AI writers I tested, it builds a whole complete article that kind of flows, if that makes sense. It's not perfect, but it flows more. Like as opposed to with Jarvis, you're kind of clicking and it's a bit more disconnected. Even on boss mode where it's supposed to look back, it's a bit more disconnected. And it's not like, oh, Jarvis, write me 1,000 words. You can't do that. You have to click the button a bunch of times. Sometimes it provides junk. You got to edit it, stuff like that. And so let's actually do what I want to do. Is I want to do the long article, and I'm going to show these options in a minute. But I want to set a timer and see how long it takes. So let's just click this, and we're going to go back here, and we're going to click Create New Article. My guess is for even the longest one, it's going to be about 4 or 5 minutes, and you can only do. So let's say I wanted to do another article. You can only do up to 5 at a time. And there is a bulk article generator, as I'll show them, and there's an API that you can connect into. But that, while the other articles that you get are limited, that's something I didn't mention with the pricing. It's unlimited, except with sort of the bulk and the API. There's, I want to say it's 200,000 words a month that you get, which is still quite a bit. But I still don't use the bulk very much, just because I feel like it's actually a bit faster just to go ahead and put in new articles. I'm gonna pause this. And then as soon as this is done, we'll check the stopwatch. Okay, just finished. Let's check our stopwatch. Oh wow, that's pretty fast. That's faster than on average. But let's click to see the result, and let's check to see. Let's just kind of look over it real quick to see the quality of the article. When looking to hire a plumbing company, there are a lot of things to look out for to make sure that you're getting the best price for the job. Hey, that makes sense. It's always a good idea to compare prices of different plumbing services, blah, blah, blah. But sometimes you don't have time to compare prices, blah, blah, blah. So what do? You hire a plumber from a larger plumbing company. Okay, sure. So I'm not going to read this whole article, but if you want, I guess you can pause the video and read the article. It's not always the text that comes out doesn't always make sense, but it's generally pretty readable. The one issue that I find with this, probably the biggest issue, is sometimes it'll overuse the words. So it'll be plumbing would be in here like 100 times, which is too much. And it becomes obvious sometimes when I have acronyms in the article. I have this one acronym for a project that I'm doing, and it's all capitals. And when I make the article, it's really obvious that it's in there. I mean, it's a 750 word article. It's in there like 30 times, so I have to go in and delete it. And actually, what I can do is it does make some suggestions, and then I can save. So in my records, it's there. It's there as is. But let's just take it as is, and we're going to put it into Copyscape. So far, none of these have failed Copyscape. All right. And so far, it's also been pretty consistent in Grammarly with like a high 80s. Yeah, 87, which is actually a really good score. When I did Jarvis, it was like in the 50s, which is a pretty substantially different score. So that is good. I can also take this and I can post it to a WordPress blog if I want to. I don't really use that feature. I'm going to show that to you in a second. But I prefer to post it myself, and then I'm gonna want to make edits to it anyways, and add links and add H2 tags and add images. I think they have images they can pull, and even videos that they'll put in there. Let's actually look at that. Here we go. So yeah, I pretty much always have these all turned off. But if I wanted to post it to my blog, I don't use this either. But we could. I don't really recommend it. I could choose a blog. So we've got a canonical tags article, but I could also just go in here and select keywords and do save, and it's going to publish this article directly to that blog. Let's actually do create new article. I've already created one, but let's just do one from here, and let's see what it looks like. Wait, I haven't selected any WordPress data. I don't know what that means. Hold on. Publish, post with default categories, tags, keywords to be posted. That I did select one. Pairs, add selection. There we go. Okay. Create new article. Okay, so it's processing the query. I guess it's different than the H tags. So let's leave that going for now and see. There we go. It's building the article and show you some of the other features. So there's bulk articles. You can upload a big list, which is useful. I feel like it's a bit slower than the normal one, which is why I don't use it a whole lot. And there's a limit. But if you wanted to be, if you had, a set of keywords, you can see kind of their template here. You can build these pretty easily with like an Excel spreadsheet or just a notepad and just type them all out. Okay, I need 30 articles for the site. And put it in here, run it overnight, and wake up in the morning and have those 30 articles. That is a valid use for it. And so I got there by, if I go back to home and I just do new article, there's this button, switch to bulk article generator. And you could even have them posted to your WordPress blog, which is why this was kind of like, wait, what? Individually select which keywords. And so that's why it's like, let's do keyword research. Search engine optimization, on-page SEO, search engine optimization, let's say link building, or let's say meta titles. So now let's go down here. No, we don't want to rewrite it. So this is actually made. This tool's made by the same company, I believe, that makes Word AI. It already comes out passing Copyscape, so I don't really know why you'd want to rewrite it. But let's choose the blogs. Let's see if it'll. So you could bulk select and then post, but I like using these for pages. I mean, I just think pages are just generally better. I know that blogs Google doesn't differentiate between blogs and pages, but there's a reason why I have it as pages, and I think they're a little bit useful and the extra little bit of work. So I could have these posted directly to my blog, but I'm not gonna do that. So let's go ahead and, but that's pretty neat to be able to just be like, hey, I'm just gonna upload just gonna type out a bunch at once, hit go, and wait like a day, and then I'm gonna have a boatload of articles. But again, there's a limit. So it's a combined usage of API and bulk generator. Again, it's 200,000 words. So if you think of 750, 200 divided by 7.5, that's 26. Is that right? 200. I don't think I did that right. Divided by 750. I think it should have been 0.75. It's almost 300 articles that you can bulk generate. And really, I have VAs going and generating articles for me. Okay, so let's look at, if I go to WordPress, this is where you add blogs. Oh, come on. My mouse is being janky. So I've added this blog just as a test. And then once you have a blog added, you can start a post scheduler. This is again sort of like where you do the bulk. I don't know if this counts towards your bulk. I believe it would. Maybe it wouldn't. I don't know. To where I can be like, okay, well, now I want to spread these blog posts out over time, and I'm just going to, I want a blog post a day for the next 30 days. I think that could be pretty useful. I don't plan on using it though right now. I'd rather put things on pages and interlink them properly. I think that's just better long. Okay. Let's see. So canonical tags. Let's go ahead and let me check into the WP admin and let's see what it looks like when it made this post. So it's weird. It changed to non-canonical tags. I'm not sure because I titled it canonical tags. That's kind of interesting. But let's actually just take a look at it before. Okay, so it put an image in there. I don't know if this is a copyrighted image, and it embedded a video, which is what we asked, and it put in is this a duplicate H1? Let's see. Yeah, it duplicated the H1 by putting that title in there. So you probably would never want to put the title in there unless you wanted to make it also the H2. And I don't think that this article is ready as is. Again, this is why I don't use the poster. But if you just wanted to get some activity in there, that would be pretty useful. I'm actually kind of curious if this. I'm going to save this image. I'm going to do a Google image search. I'm going to see if it passes if it looks like it's actually a copyrighted image. Okay, so I'm uploading the file. It does show some visually similar images, but actually that's not bad. I don't see, usually if there's an exact one, you'll see it in here. I don't see anything that matches it exactly, so I'm not really sure where they pull the images from, but it looks like it passed that test. Okay, I don't want to show my API key, so I took a screenshot of when you click on the API thing. It does give you an API key, and it shows, because I did do a bulk request. I think I requested something like 50-something articles all at once, and then I think I did a little bit more, and so this should reset pretty soon, but this is what, when you click on the API, it looks like. Also, I didn't want to show all my articles, so I did, this is what the My Articles page looks like. Actually, I want to point out that I've done about over 300 articles with this because I do like it a lot. So in summary, I think this is great for my purposes for SEO. I wouldn't put these on like a client or a money site, maybe a money site to kind of build fluff content. I haven't run a full test to see. I've got a couple projects that I think I might just do a full test where I'm just going to do like articleforge on the whole site and see if it can rank. Articleforge does have a video where they show some articles ranking, but I wonder about the long-term stability of that, just because these are not super readable articles. While they do pass Grammarly, I think like isolated sections, each sentence and maybe even paragraph makes sense, but the flow of the article, sometimes they'll talk about, let's say like meta titles in one paragraph, and then 2, 3, 4 paragraphs down, they'll talk about meta titles again. Usually there's a better flow to the article than that, but it's still not perfect for sure. That said, if you're using like PBNs, these are great for PBN articles, I think, and they're good for I think for like lead gen. For me, most of what's ranking is the Google My Business page, but it's good. You need to have some content on the site itself that actually helps the GMB rank better. So in that way, that is really good. One thing I really like about it that I think is just it's kind of surprising to me how uncommon this is. Let's just do okay. The fact that you can pick a full article. I want this size of an article. I'm really surprised that there's not an option on some of the other ones that I've used. It's mostly just like, hey, write a chunk of words. Okay, well, that's just, now I'm going to hire a VA to do the clicking, and it's like, why don't I just hire a writer? It's probably just even an inexpensive VA. You can get articles for really cheap in other ways. So that's one thing I really like about this. Is really convenient for getting these articles out really quick. If you have a massive need for like lots of mediocre content, which I do, then this is a great tool for you. And it's the best one I've found so far for that purpose. Again, I prefer it to Jarvis. Jarvis is more expensive. A lot of people are recommending it. They have a great affiliate program. I think that's why they're recommending it. Maybe I haven't tested Jarvis's fully because it was frustrating to use for me, and it just required a lot more clicking. And I felt like the articles the content it spit out was not any better than ArticleForge. In fact, its Grammarly score was substantially less, as I pointed out before. So for SEO purposes, this is a great tool, and I really recommend it if you need this kind of content. A lot of SEO projects don't really need this kind of content. I think what you can also do, one thing if you look on my Digital Domination Dojo website, you'll see some pages that are doing this. I'm going to take a transcript of the video. So I've got an AI transcript software, which I'll talk about later. And if I've shot a video for this page where that's relevant, and then I'll also put an ArticleForge at the bottom, and I'll just like, hey, this is an AI generated piece of content, so people know. And then I'll put some real things that I'll write at the top. So the ArticleForge and the transcription adds lots of text content to the page for a lot of stuff for Google to crawl, and add some relevance and make it look like it's a real, kind of like a more thorough article. That said, there are some, so I did mention the issue with kind of repeating the keywords. Sometimes the information that it gives is wrong. And it'll be talking about on-page SEO, and it'll be like, an important thing for on-page SEO is link building. It's like, no, that's off-page SEO. That's a completely different category. And so this is something that Google can pick up on. And so I do have concerns about that, but it's still really efficient, and so far so good. And I haven't really noticed any negative effects from it. And I'll have some more full data as I use it over time and see, because I've done this on some other like actual money sites on some of the deeper articles to try to create some more topical authority. And so far that is working, but it remains to be seen if that's going to work for very long. Now, this is going to be true for any other AI writer out there. None of them so far can you just like spit out without editing great articles, highly engaging copy, no matter what they promise. They're not really anywhere close to that. They all need some, if you're going to be presenting it to real humans on a regular basis and you really need them to engage with it, they all need editing. And in my experience, when I see people, I watch several videos of people using, let's say, again, Jarvis to create an article. It's like, oh, well, it took them 45 minutes. I could have written the same article in 20 minutes, just writing it off the bat. Maybe there's some ideas you get from it. So maybe there's a little bit of extra to it, or things that you wouldn't have thought of, whatever. But it just doesn't seem to save any time to me. So thanks for watching. If you like this video, smash the like button. If you have any questions and comments, I will respond to them. Or let me know what you think. Or if you hate or love ArticleForge, please feel free to leave a comment below as well. And have a great day. Bye now.